Okay, let's unpack this idea. It's quite something. Imagine this. The way you treat your body is actually a direct mirror of how you treat your money.
Mm.
Sounds maybe a little like a self-help cliche at first, doesn't it?
It could, yeah. But the source material you've got there for this deep dive, it makes that exact claim,
Hmm.
and it's pretty provocative about it.
It really is. It's not just saying it's like a loose analogy.
No, not at all.
It suggests there's a fundamental connection. This stack of articles, these notes, they argue that your physical state, the one you build or maybe neglect.
Reveals some really startling things about your financial habits.
Yes, exactly.
And what's interesting, I think, is how specific the source gets right away. It really cuts through any general sort of talk.
Okay, like how?
Well, it points to really tangible examples. That belly fat, maybe, that you've been kind of ignoring.
Uh-huh.
According to this material, that's not just weight. That's basically your unpaid bills stacking up. Lingering debt you haven't really faced.
Yeah, okay. That's direct.
And a skip gym session. That's not just, oh, I felt lazy today. It's framed as a missed financial opportunity, a chance for growth, physical or financial, that you just let slide.
And it mentioned lazy Saturdays, too.
Oh, yeah. That totally unproductive Saturday, just on the couch. The source basically equates that directly to an overdraft fee just waiting to happen.
Like a cost you pay for not being proactive.
Precisely. Lack of effort, lack of planning. Boom, there's the cost.
Right, so the source definitely isn't pulling punches, as you said.
Not at all.
And our mission here for this deep dive is really to get beyond just stating these connections.
Yeah.
We want to dig into the core insights, right? Understand the mechanism the source is suggesting here.
Yeah, what's actually linking these two seemingly pretty separate areas of life? What's the underlying principle?
That's the question.
Well, the material is actually very clear on what it sees as the core enemy. Yeah, in both areas.
Which is?
Comfort. It frames comfort not as, a nice thing to have, but almost as a silent killer, constantly eroding your potential. Physically, financially. It hides in plain sight, right? That extra hour of sleep, maybe binge watching a show instead of hitting the gym.
Or choosing the easy cheat meal over the healthy one you planned.
Exactly. And the source argues these little comforts, they compound, they build up, and they create stagnation, both for your body and your bank account.
So the ease we pick in the moment, it's actually working against our long-term health, physically and financially. That's the idea.
That's the core idea, yeah.
But how? I mean, how does that connection work? The source talks a lot about discipline. Is it the bridge? Is it saying discipline built in one place just automatically shows up somewhere else?
That's precisely it. The source argues discipline isn't really compartmentalized. Think about someone who's really disciplined at the gym.
Okay.
Get up early, they stick to their plan, they push through feeling tired or sore.
Yeah.
They prioritize consistency, repetition. According to the source, they're not just training muscles or their heart. They're fundamentally training their ability to make decisions under pressure. They're training their tolerance for waiting for results, delayed gratification. They're building their, consistency muscle, even their pain tolerance.
Okay, I can see that now. Those are absolutely traits you'd need for financial success, too. Avoiding impulse buys, that takes delayed gratification. Sticking to a budget needs that consistency muscle. Pushing through, tough market downturns or hard financial choices, that takes some pain tolerance.
Exactly.
So the source's point is that the gym is basically, it's a training ground for the emotional strength you need for financial discipline.
You've got it. It simplifies success in both areas down to essentially repetition.
Right.
You don't get strong from one killer workout, do you? Just like you don't build wealth from one lucky stock pick or budgeting really hard for just 1 month.
Makes sense.
The source really emphasizes it's the daily grind. Sometimes boring, sometimes tough. It's lift, learn, invest, repeat. That consistency, that's the compound interest of discipline itself.
That resonates. And the source had that really compelling example, didn't it, about the person hitting the gym at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
It says they've basically already won the day before most people have even had coffee. Why does the source put so much emphasis on that early win? What's the link to, financial outcomes later?
Well, the argument is that starting your day by conquering a physical challenge, it just sets a really powerful tone.
How so?
Your energy is up, your brain's firing, you're alert. And importantly, you've already kind of checked your ego by facing something hard, right? Physical resistance, first thing.
Okay.
The source suggests that state of mind leads directly to clearer thinking later. Better focus, maybe in negotiations, the discipline to actually close deals or manage money well all day. You've already proven to yourself you can do hard things.
And the flip side, if you skip the workout, hit snooze 5 times, maybe grab a sugary breakfast instead.
The source argues that path just leads you down a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Maybe your dopamine receptors are fried from chasing easy comfort. You get brain fog from poor physical choices. And your sense of self-worth kind of tanks because you know you didn't do what you planned. Expecting to make sharp, disciplined financial moves from that place. The material says that's just unrealistic. Your default becomes compromise, seeking comfort.
Right. And this is where it gets really interesting, and you sort of touched on this. The source really hammers home that both money and muscle are earned under resistance.
Yes. Heavyweights. Hard choices with money.
It's the discomfort, isn't it? Pushing against what feels easy. That's what actually creates the growth. Pain today, power tomorrow kind of thing.
And that really brings the whole discussion together, forcing us to confront that core message again.
Which comes back to
Discipline. In fitness, in finance, it all stems from facing that same enemy.
Yeah.
Comfort. It keeps reinforcing that principle. How you do anything is how you do everything.
So building physical capability is building financial capability.
Yes. By cultivating the exact same underlying traits through consistent, challenging effort.
And the tangible actions the source mentions are direct mirrors then. Tighten your core. Tighten your expenses.
Exactly. Lift heavy weights to build strength.
Think bigger financially to build wealth. The message seems crystal clear. Don't let comfort bankrupt your future, physically or financially.
So if we wrap this all up, it's really about seeing resistance differently, isn't it? It's not the obstacle. It's actually the path forward.
Right.
It's where you earn real money, build real muscle.
Yeah.
So thinking about this perspective from the source material, maybe ask yourself, what specific area in your life right now could maybe benefit from intentionally adding just a little bit more resistance?